And that was the last true athlete that did things the right way. And I will tell you, go do some of your homework on American Indians. You'll find out they were heavily melanated. American Indians, you'll find out they were heavily melanated. American Indians, you'll find out they were heavily melanated. American Indians, you'll find out they were heavily melanated. The stories were that they were built like middle linebackers from the NFL, not big and muscular, just big people, 6'2", 6'3". We can tell from their bones. They didn't have hypertrophied muscles. They were just physically fit. And there were stories that they could run as fast as the buffalo did. And of course, nobody believed that. We also had stories that they had magnetoreception that was amazing because they could navigate the forests of the United States where, there was no interstate system back then. It was the American Indian.
Hey, hello, they know, hello.
Now I am on the 1968 Civil Rights Act. I'm doing a quick search for the word Negro. If you can see the error that pops up on my screen, no matches were found. 1968 Civil Rights Act, and Indians with the S pops up 16 times. So what we're saying is Negro, black, and colored has never been defined by this government like the Indian has. So why are we using these words? It's just that simple. Why are we calling ourselves something that this fruit is going to fall from the tree? It is what it is. Because if we're not the Indian, who the fuck is?
Before Columbus, they've been trading with the Aztecs. This is a secret history of the black race that the Europeans were trying to keep from you. And it's not just black people who are being erased from history. It's actually the European characters who were black who are being reworked. For example, Julius Caesar was also black. Did you know? The kings of England were all black until, photography came around. And Christopher Columbus himself was black. So, and as you can see here, the white homeland is, in fact, the very North European section up here. So, I mean, that makes me question the veracity of the kings of England being black, actually, I've got to say. But everyone was black up until the white Europeans took over the world and made everyone white, historically.
Peasants, and he's saying, why should these German people be allowed to come? Like why we bringing so many over here? That's what Benjamin Franklin is saying, right? And why should we be suffered to swarm into our settlements and by herding together establish their languages and manners to the exclusion of ours? Why should Pennsylvania, founded by the English, become a colony of aliens who will shortly be so numerous as to Germanize us instead of our Anglifying them? So he's saying, whoa, we should be Anglifying them instead of getting Germanized. What does he mean by that? And we'll never adopt our language or customs any more than they can acquire our complexion. All right, so Benjamin Franklin is saying, they're not even our complexion, right? So he's talking about Germans, but I thought they were all white. I thought he was white. I thought Germans was white. What is he talking about? So I know we've read this before and we know what he means. So yeah, he's letting us know straight up that Germans are not the same complexion as what he is in his time. Which leads me to add one remark. He says that the number of purely white people in the world, all right, is proportionally very small. All Africa is black or tawny. Asia is chiefly tawny. All right, so again, all Africa is black or tawny. Asia, chiefly tawny. America, exclusive of the newcomers, so America instead of the new people, you know, other than the new people, it's wholly so. Wholly what? Black or tawny. Wholly black or tawny America. And in Europe, the Spaniards, the Italians, the French, the Russians, and the Swedes are generally of what we call a swarthy complexion, as are the Germans also. The Saxons only accepted who, with the English, make the principal body of the white people on the face of the earth. So according to Benjamin Franklin, you know, his people, who he's saying are the English, but we know there's also Black Britain, so whatever English he's talking about, and Anglo-Saxons, he says. But we're going to read today if the Anglo-Saxons were really always white, you know. But, you know, according to him in his time, that's what he's saying is the only white people on the earth, on the face of the earth. All right? They're a minority. He says, I could wish their numbers were increased. I wish we were more. I wish we were more deep. And while we are, as I may call it, scoring our planet by clearing America of woods, and so making this side of our globe reflect a brighter light. All right, so they're clearing our woods. What? Taking down our woods.